Mm.
Hello, my dear Starknet fam. Welcome back to the Star Cafe. This is Nur Star, and as you can see today, we are live streaming, and we have the pleasure to host Darlington from HorusLabs, as we are going to dive deep into the power of the ERC6551 and all the use cases that it can enable on Starknet. So, first of all, thanks a lot, Darlington, for coming. Welcome to the Star Cafe. How are you?
Yeah, thank you so much, Nasta. I'm doing all right. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Awesome to have you here, Darlington. So, you've been one of the most active developers in the Starknet ecosystem so far for the past 2 years. And you also worked with Argent, with the Argent wallet, and you've played a pivotal role together with the old Starknet Africa team in sharing the Starknet vibe throughout the whole continent. And just tell us something about your background, how you ran into Starknet, and what motivates you the most when it comes to building in this scaling solution.
Okay. Well, my journey with Starknet began, I think, sometime in 2022. So yeah, so I had just finished the Zero Knowledge University cohorts, learning ZKPs and stuff, mainly Ziki snacks. Then I jumped into like another bootcamp with Encode Club, which was basically like on it was a ZK bootcamp, but it was mostly focused on stacks and Cairo. And yeah, so that was my first introduction to like Cairo. So I noticed when we were given assignments or tasks during the bootcamp, right, it was really difficult to like really tackle them because as at then I think there were no like a lot of resources to reference. There was just like the docs, which was like a super complex for someone like me who was just beginning, right? So I think that was the reason why after we were done with the bootcamp, I said, okay, maybe I should just write probably some articles, right, on my learning experience and probably share that might be helpful with like some other persons out there. So I think that was when I started the journey through Cairo, and during the process of writing that, I got in contact with Louis, and yeah, so I think Louis was like the entry point for me. So we hopped on the call, we talked about in my journey into Starknet thus far, and yeah, so that was it. Then he connected me with Paul Emmanuel, who is like the founder of Starknet Africa, and yeah, that was just it. So yeah, so later that year, that was the next I can remember. Then I got a job with Argent, and yeah, I think that's it. I've been in the ecosystem since then. Yeah.
Very inspiring. Yeah, I remember those days when you began documenting your own like Starknet educational experience while you were learning Cairo, and you were writing a lot of very good articles. I remember those days, and I mean you went very far in terms of development, and yeah, like with Starknet Africa, you shipped a lot of very good initiatives, also like. Events in Nigeria, and also like some months ago, Starknet Africa announced the development of the Starknet version of the ERC 6551 standard, which is a standard that introduces a new concept of non-fungible token bound account, TBA. So, Darlington, what does this standard bring on the table in the specific, and how was it created and put into practice on Ethereum first?
Okay, so I think the initial proposal of ER6551 like was done on Ethereum by Benny and Jaden and a few other industry experts. So yeah, I think it was initially proposed around February 23rd of last year, and yeah, so I think I came across the standard some weeks later or some months later, so it was kind of like trending, basically how NFTs were like we're giving like this cool superpowers, and you could probably do more with NFTs than just have them as this on-chain JPEGs, right? And I was like, oh wow, this is cool. And yeah, so I kept following the standard. I was just following like the development. Then they started working on the tokenbound suite, which is like a set of tools that enables you like utilize ER6551. So I think that was towards the ending of last year. So I said, okay, let me try to like replicate this on Starknet, see how we could put this on Starknet. And so I started working on this at basically during my spare time, because I was also a student, and combining both was actually a bit too hectic, right? And I also had a full-time job, so I was just working on it as a part-time stuff, right? I got full-time on it sometime this year. So I got in contact with Jaden, one of the initial proposers of ER6551, and then we talked about how like they couldn't really port to Starknet due to the fact that it's not EVM compatible, and then they had to like write a whole lot of their existing tool sets. And I was like, oh, okay, we've actually started doing stuff like that, right? We've actually already started like replicating some of what they contracts, root registry, and other things. Then we built the SDKs, and yeah, we worked on the connectors sometime a few months back, right? And so I was like, okay, we've actually started doing this, right? And would like to see how we could actually like integrate this with the general tokenbound community. And said it was really cool, and he kept filling us like giving us like little advices on what we should do and what we shouldn't do, right? So well, I think before we go into that, right, talking about tokenbound ERC6551, I would say ERC6551 is simply like a proposal, right, that like I said, that gives NFTs superpowers. So before now we've known NFTs as like on-chain JPEG stuff. So we know that NFTs, right, are tokens that hold unique values. So non-fungible means that their values are unique, right? And we've seen it have like some really cool use cases, right? But in my opinion, ER6551 takes it like more steps, like way further, because like I said, yeah 6551 basically like bounds an account to an NFT. So it means that an NFT basically turns an NFT into like a smart account, which means you can actually use it to like execute transactions on chain. You can use it. It can actually hold other assets. It can hold ERS20s. It can hold ERS61155s. It can hold even other NFTs too. And yeah, I really thought it was like really super cool, right? Because it has like a lot of applications. Imagine for people who play a lot of games, right? Think about let's say something like Call of Duty, right? And your character in itself can be like an NFT, and all like the should I say the assets you accumulate in the game, right, can actually like exist within that NFT. So it sounds like, should I say, this pack, like you can have like a complete character that basically evolves based on like other, should I say, other NFTs or other sets you pick up within the game. And now the fun thing is you can actually now sell that NFT to someone else. You can actually like basically like decide, okay, I've trained, let's say I trained this, or I grew this particular in-game character to like a certain point, and now I've decided, okay, I want to like someone else is interested in buying it. I could simply like sell the full character as it is to like another person, and he automatically has access to both the NFT, right, and every other single asset contained in it. And yeah, I think that's pretty cool. And I mean, we've other seen other like what's it called, other applications, for example, in social fi. So currently we are working on posting cards. We'll probably can talk about that later. But like so we know about Lens protocol on Ethereum, right? And Lens recently in their V2 integrated ER6551 as profiles now. So basically all the mintings, all the NFTs and stuff, the follow NFT and every other thing you mint can actually be accrued into like your profile NFT. So your profile NFT can basically act as as an on-chain identity. It doesn't have to like, all those things doesn't have to go into like the account of like the owner. It even means that let's say NFTs such as CryptoKitties and so on, right? All these NFTs can actually like have their own individual profiles. And I mean, that's just like a tip of the iceberg to watch like what like I feel like this standard like brings onto like should I say brings onto the table. Yeah.
Absolutely, and it seems like that the standard turns NFTs into likewise wallets, right? They get the function of accounts, yeah, like smart contract wallets. And
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, so you were starting to give us some hints about the cool experimentations that you are doing on Starknet. In fact, now I want to analyze the standard, with with the Starknet lenses. So was it difficult? You said that it was a bit difficult to create the Starknet equivalent of the standard, also for the reason that Starknet is not EVM compatible. So could you sum it up? Which were the hurdles that you encountered during the process? And last but not least, how does the standard blend with the scaling power of Starknet?
Oh, okay. So basically, I wouldn't say it was pretty difficult, because one of the reasons why I thought like it would be really great to have like AR6551 within Starknet, right, was because, as we know, right, Starknet has like native account capabilities, and like basically when we talk about AR6551, we're talking about NFTs plus like smart accounts. So if you check the like original implementation on Ethereum, you'll see like basically tokenbound accounts or smart accounts. They're not like externally owned accounts, right? And um yeah. Hello, no start. Are you there?
Yes, yes, I'm here. I
Okay.
was drinking. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, so as I was saying, right, I was saying like the whole structure behind your 65F1s are right. You have NFTs that are turned into smart accounts, and this makes it even like better on Starknet, since we have like native accounts capabilities. It means like you could really do like way much more on Starknet, right? So basically for us, it was more or less like looking at what was done on the Ethereum side of things, and looking at how we can basically replicate something similar, right? Using like Cairo on Starknet, and it is and of course we made some like little changes to the implementation we had, such as for example on the initial implementation there was really like, should I say, no means to like combat marketplace frauds. I think that was correctly added with the V3, right? But by marketplace frauds, it means that, remember I talked about how you can basically like accumulate so much assets and basically sell that assets to someone else, right? So but something else now opens up cases like fraud cases, like let's say I'm trying to sell to you a token bound account, and this account has like ten Ethereum in it. So because of the 10 Ethereum in like the accounts, right, it places like, let's say, the value of the token bound account I'm trying to sell to you, let's say at 10.5 Ethereum, and basically we agreed to that you're going to buy the account for like 10.5 Ethereum. But for some reasons, right, during the course of that transaction taking place, I transferred that 10 Ethereum out of my account, out of the token bound account, before like ownership is transferred to you. So in such cases, it means that you got scammed basically, because the reason why you are buying the token bound account for 10.5 Ethereum, right, is because of the 10 it's inside. That was part of what gave it like that value it had, right? And so we decided to add some new functions, basically to lock, someone who's trying to sell, or let's say marketplaces where like ERC6551 are listed, can basically enforce that during the course of sale, right, the account is locked. And when it's locked, it means that no sort of like, you can't execute any you can't carry out smart contract executions through like the execute function of like the smart account. And it means that basically when it gets to the next node, the owner can unlock it, right? But I think with the recent implementation in V3 of the token bound account, we can even do something like do it way more cleaner by tracking nonces, which we're probably going to like more updates are going to be coming to like the smart contract side of things like soon. So yeah, so I think it was a pretty much very fun project to like port to Ethereum, right? So but where we now started having little issues was trying to like replicate the SDKs, because I think the SDKs for in the token bound suite on Ethereum was built with I think Wagmi and a few other tools, right? It has JSON. So but basically we built ours using like using like purely Starknet JS, and basically it integrates perfectly with like Starknet Kit and so on and so forth, and most of like the front end tools like we have on Starknet. So the SDK is basically, because like I said, ER6551 in itself might be, should I say, a bit technical for normal users. But what the SDK does is with the SDK, basically with let's say React invite application, you can simply deploy a tokenbound account without having to like really understand what happens like behind the scenes with the contract account, the registry account, and so on and so forth, right? So I don't know if I need to like probably dive deeper into like how it works under the hoods, the registry, the contract, and like how all these components come together.
Yeah, I can stop thinking about all the promising use cases that you can develop with such a standard, and I think it has a bright future. Yeah, in gaming, as you were saying, in also in social fi, in the sense that, as you were saying, it is being implemented in social fi like lens, and like basically, I think that in the future, you could also trade like social media pages that have all the like the data that has been produced during those years. And then also I see some potential also like yeah, obviously in gaming, also in yeah, in the digital business. And um, and I think that you established, Horus Labs quite recently, and I would like to know a bit more about it. And what's your vision and mission? What is Horus Labs in the first place, and what are you currently working on?
Okay, so basically, HorusLabs was like, should I say, a research and development lab we kicked off at Starknet Africa, and basically the goal was to like see how we could build out more projects like from the African community, and basically like because most projects we build are like open source, so the idea is like developers can contribute to it and at the same time like hone their Starknet slash Cairo skills, right? And yeah, that's just like the main mission and objective, right, we have at Horus Labs. So currently we have like the cast project, which is ongoing, which like I said is like a part of lens, the popular lens protocol on Starknet. And we just started development of that, I think a month or 2 months ago, and it's been coming up nicely. We kind of like have other projects too, like which we are looking to like build out in the future. But yeah, I think that's it basically. Yeah.
I would like to take some a minute in order to ask you for some questions that were asked by some of the audience. There's like Ainur, who's asking what's the stage of ecosystem support for ERC6551. So is this standard being implemented in some dApps on Starknet, marketplaces, wallets, and so on?
Yeah, so basically on Starknet right now, I would say like the state of we've really not seen like a lot of ecosystem adoption yet. So the past few months has been basically focused on like building out the standard and basically the suits, the compound suits. So like I said, we currently have like the SDK, which is like fully functional. We recently built out a connect kit, which basically you could use to like connect your token bound account to dApps on Starknet and basically carry out interactions with them. That too is still like is still being it's still under refinement, but it currently works. I can probably like show a bit of demo on how that works probably towards the end of the call. But yeah, as regards to marketplaces, wallets, and others, we are actually like looking forward to that. And at the moment we're just trying to like really we're looking at experimenting and seeing like what cool ideas people can really like build out with like the existing standard, right? And that's the reason why we launched the tokenbound hackathon, which is supposed to kick off on July 1st, right? Yeah, so but in the meantime there's really no wide ecosystem support, like for example with marketplaces, wallets, and the rest. But it's definitely on the roadmap, and definitely what we are looking at. Yeah.
Very cool. And yeah, speaking about the Horus Labs hackathon, so the token bound hackathon, tell us more about it. I heard that there is a prize pool of 15 $1,000. And so what's the plan for this hackathon, and how can devs participate in it?
Yeah, so I think like I said earlier, the tokenbound project is an open source. It's an open source project, and the idea basically is like people can build like with the tokenbound suits, and the whole idea behind the hackathon is to like see the interesting ideas people have, right? Because I think one of the means by which they got like we saw like a lot of interesting projects spring out within the tokenbound community on Ethereum, right? Was with the It Global Hackathon, where we saw projects like the Piggy Bank and a whole lot of other projects that are currently on Ethereum, right? So what we're basically trying to do with like the hackathon is like to basically get developers together to really hack around the ERC6551, see like what they can really build out of it. That's just the idea of the hackathon, and basically we have like a prize pool of $15,000, which is spread across different categories. I think we have like the social fi, DeFi. We have the gaming category. We also have like the cross-chain interaction, because as of recently, I've been in talks with Jaden, like the team behind like your 6551, and one of the things we've been looking at is to see how we can really like bridge that gap between like the tokenbound community on Starknet and on Ethereum, and basically these ideas we are looking to like explore with like the hackathon. So we believe developers who are really looking to like hack on interesting stuffs can really come around and really build stuffs, and to definitely look at how best we can definitely support them.
Absolutely. And for those people who maybe missed the banner here in the low section of our live stream, so the hackathon will take place on July the 1st, and it will last until the 21st of July. So it will also accompany the Starknet CC week, I guess, right?
Sorry, come again, I missed you.
Yeah. I was saying that if I'm not mistaken, the tokenbound account hackathon, will be taking place from July the 1st until the 21st. And this means that it
Yeah,
will also accompany the Starknet CC week in Paris, right? So maybe also people will
yeah.
participate and will experiment with that during the hackathon in Paris. And let's ask you for another question. So for Ainur, once again, if I want to use TBA to interact with my job, should I code a TBA implementation, or the TBA will act like a proxy?
If you want to use TBA to interact with my DApp, should I call the TBA implementation, or the TBA will act like a proxy? I'm not really sure I get the question. I know, can you throw more light?
I think Ademola Adejbait answered Ainur. And you can integrate tokenbound in your project using the development SDK or using the contract as a component. Maybe it was also answering another question from John, who asked, does tokenbound account got a documentation? So I think he's looking for some documentations. How can devs learn and contribute to tokenbound account, given it has a lot of moving parts? And I think Ademola nailed there. So you can integrate tokenbound in your project using the development SDK or using the contract as a component. Don't know, Darlington, if you would like to add something more.
Okay, yeah, I think I know has been answered, but yeah, okay. And for John, I just wanted to add like the first week of the hackathon would be having like we'll be having like a lot of workshops on like token bound accounts. So going to be looking at basically an introduction to token bound accounts. We're going to be walking through like the code base, probably looking at how you can integrate with the SDKs, how you can connect to like dApps using like using using what's it called, our connect kit. So we have, like I said, we have like a connect kit. I'm going to like demo everything, and basically how you can probably like inherit the components if you want to like expand the possibilities of the account. So basically the account contracts, you don't really necessarily need to use like ours. You can basically like use an account that subscribes to like the interface, and basically use that for like to deploy the compound account through like the registry. So we're going to be looking at all those like during the first week of the hackathon, just before like building commences. Yeah.
Well understood, Darlington. And yeah, I just have to correct myself, as when I mentioned the Starknet CC, it will be taking place in Brussels and not Paris this year. And anyway, back to our scripts. So, in a couple of years, Darlington, what do you think we'll be able to see when it comes to this new standard? And also, how does HorusLabs want to position itself for the long term?
Yeah, so like I said earlier, it's all, like I said, it's an open source standard, and the limitations, in my opinion, are the possibilities, right, in my opinion, are endless, and all we want to do is like build like the all the necessary suite of tools, right, the toolkits necessary to like use the standard effortlessly. And we're really looking like to see the amazing ideas people like really like build out of it. And but like I said, from our own like from our own end, we are actually looking to see how we can really build an improved version of the lens protocol, like taking advantage of this standard. And yeah, I can see like a lot of should I say implementations or use cases coming up in gaming, in inventories, in creating customer loyalty programs, and in socialify DeFi like a lot of even as onboarding vehicles, right, for like for newbies and stuff. I think like the possibilities are really endless, and we're definitely looking forward to seeing what people can build out of it. And
Okay. I think, yeah, we just lost the last words of the sentence, but yeah, not a problem at all. And yeah, I don't know, Darlington, if we agreed on sharing some screen. I don't know if you wanted to share something.
yeah,
Otherwise,
yeah.
we could just. Okay, very good.
Yeah, so I'm going to do a brief demo of how
Okay,
because we have like this explorer which anybody at all could deploy the compound account from. You don't
interesting.
have to be technical to really like to really use to really have a compound account. That's the essence of the suite of tools we're working on. Let me try to share my screen. Okay.
Sure. Here it
Okay,
is.
can you see my screen? Yeah, so
Ye-
you can find the explorer. Yeah, yeah, you can find Explorer at tbexplorer.com. It has a link to the documentation. Go to learn section, and you can find the link to like the snip, the SDK, and the GitHub. And yeah, don't fail to join our Telegram community. You'd find the link to that there, and the discussion. So we're definitely looking to like getting feedbacks and suggestion as regards like the existing snip. And yeah, would love to like hear what you have to say. So you could just join the forum discussion. So, but just for a brief demo, I already have my agent wallet connected, and so I'm just going to deploy an account for, let's say, this NFT, to combine account for this NFT. All right, so as you can see, the address has already been calculated. So I'm just going to click on deploy account, and sorry. Right. I don't think you can see my wallet, so but yeah.
Yeah, I think you connected to a wallet. We can see here on the upper side, upper right side.
Yeah, yeah. And So it's
And
going
this
to
is the
take a
address.
while. Yeah, this is the
This is the
address.
address of
So when
the
this
token bound.
exactly, so when this account is deployed, you can basically like for example, we can go check it out on Starkscan. Let me see. Um, let me share this tab instead. So as you can see, at the moment is not deployed, but when this contract is like this account is deployed, you can basically send any type of asset to it. And I would have loved to like just showcase our connect kit and how this hasn't been deployed yet. Let me see. Yeah, so it says it has been deployed right now. So we also have like this assets column, which basically shows you like all your existing assets contained within like a tokenbound account, your NFTs too. So let me see if this has been deployed. Oh, sorry. Still not deployed. Probably going to take a while. Yeah, so but on your token bound account page, you can see like a list of assets you're holding. You can basically like see the list of NFTs contained within your account. In here, as you can see, no NFT assets because like there's no NFT currently in my wallet, and yeah, so I don't know why this is taking a lot of time to deploy. It says deployed from my end. Okay, yeah. Okay, so like this account has been
Great.
deployed, so I can basically just I can basically copy the contract address and go to my Argent wallet and probably like send some assets to it. Let me see. Uh, and send assets to it, and the assets would show up when it gets into the wallet, and a whole lot of other things. So I'll just probably like demo the connect kit and probably we'll just call it a day. So let me share this tab instead. Yeah. So this is like a very simple app that uses like the tokenbound connect kit. And basically what it does, it gives you the ability to like connect your tokenbound accounts to like to what's it called? To a Starknet app adapt. So we're probably going to add this to like Starknet kit so it's easier to like use or integrate. So you just need to put in your token bound address, which is like the address of like the token bound account you want to connect to. Then you have to select the parent wallet. So behind the scenes, right, the should I say the owner of like the token bound account is the wallet or like the account, right, which owns like the NFT. So you have to select like we call it like the parent wallet. So in this case, like my parent wallet is like Agent X since I deployed it using like an Agent account. So when I click connect to token bound account, my Agent wallet pops up and I basically can like connect with it. So when it gets connected, you can see like the address of your tokenbound account is what shows up and not like the address of like your agent wallet. So you can confirm this for BE5. You check let's say you check here, you see that it's the same, should I say it's the same wallet address here, right? So let me share this tab instead. Okay.
So in a way, it
Yeah.
is as if the token bound account is a sort of like a son for the main wallet, right? In the sense that obviously, if you
Yeah.
lose, for example, access to the wallet, to the smart contract wallet, you're also going to lose all your token bound accounts as well. So in the sense that token bound accounts get some sort of limited independence, but at the same time it is still depending on also on the wallet it is on.
Yeah, exactly. So it's very much dependent on the wallet that contains like the NFT. So so for example, if you try to call the increase method on like this token bound, like on this dApp, on this Darknet dApp, right? So it's going to pop up your agent wallet. I don't know, can you see my agent wallet?
No,
Let
I
me try
don't
to.
actually.
Okay.
Maybe
How about
because the
now? Can you see it
screen.
now?
Yes, I can see it. Yeah.
So as you can see, it calls like the execute method within like the token bound account. So it's basically like executing this smart contract call, like invoking it through like your token bound account. So you just confirm the transaction, and you get the pop up that says you've successfully increased the counter. I think I stopped sharing my screen. Uh,
Yeah, maybe you can share it again, and I will share it on stage.
okay, yeah. Can you see it now?
Yes, I can.
Yeah. So now, if we get the counter, if it is gonna push increase to 36, but it hasn't yet, so probably just going to give that some time. So if we go back to check our assets, let's see if like the ETH cents. So as you can see, the ETH cents earlier has like been reflected in your token bound account. So you can also hold NFTs. You can send other NFTs like to your token bound account too. So the Explorer is just like should I say like a playground. You can basically deploy like a token bound account for yeah. So let me see.
Amazing. So basically, these kind of operations are already possible on the Starknet mainnet. So it means that it won't take a long time before also more dApps emerge and more use cases are practiced in the ecosystem. Also, I'm also curious how these kind of token bound accounts could be used in DeFi, right? So maybe there's also like a way to pull token bound accounts which have inside their inside them they have like tokens and stuff like that. So it will be obviously it needs some time in order to develop experimentation around that, but I think we're not in lack of bright minds like you. So hopefully, we'll be seeing a lot of very interesting experimentations going on in the short term and in the long term as well. So, well, Darlington, I don't know if you wanted to add something on the demo or the demo is over.
Yeah, the demo is over. So I think that's it
Okay.
basically. So if you have any questions, definitely you could probably just ask. Anyone has any question, you could just ask on like we have like a working group, so you can yeah, I can see. Can we start using it now? Yes, you can actually start using it now. The contracts are audited, and you can definitely start playing around with it. You don't have to wait to like the hackathon. You could probably just start playing around, learning about it from now on. And like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to like use like the Telegram channel to like ask your questions, and someone definitely like reply to you. Yeah.
Very good. So, Darlington, I learned a lot about ERC 6551, and yeah, it was also very nice to follow your demo. And also, I would love to thank all the audience, all the viewers that came here today and listened to us live, and thanks a lot for all the very interesting questions that you asked us for, and hopefully we'll see each other at the next Star Cafe. And obviously, Darlington, I would love to have you back very soon and maybe explore how the whole ERC 6551 is developing on Starknet. And once again, thanks a lot for coming to the Star Cafe, and see you next time.
Yeah, thank you so much, Nostar. Thank you so much for the opportunity. And thank you so much, guys, for coming around. Do have an amazing day ahead. Yeah, bye, everyone.
Awesome. Thanks, Darlington. Thanks, guys. Goodbye, Agada. Goodbye, Ire Dekorede, Stephanie, Ainur. Afirm, Ademola, Ainur, once again, John, and all the others. Thanks a lot, Starkey the dog as well. See you soon. Bye. Take care, my friend. Bye bye.